October 27th, 1962. This date in history is quite likely the most dangerous point of the Cuban Missile Crisis, and most likely the closest the world has ever come to a global nuclear war. First, an American U-2 spy plane is shot down over Cuba, killing the pilot. The Kennedy administration now believes that a nuclear war with the Soviet Union is imminent. However, the incident scares both Kennedy and Khrushchev into realizing that the crisis will quickly grow out of control if they do not work together. Khrushchev sends a letter to Kennedy requesting that the U.S. remove its Jupiter missiles from Turkey as part of any deal. Kennedy responds by promising to not attack Cuba after the Soviets leave the island. Now, as alluded to yesterday in Billy Augur's presentation, behind the scenes in what was initially a highly classified meeting, President Kennedy's brother Robert meets in person with the Soviet ambassador and offers a deal to remove the Jupiter missiles from Turkey as long as that part of the deal is not made public. The next day, Khrushchev agrees to these terms, and both countries began to slowly step back from the brink of nuclear war. Or so they thought. What was not known by either country at that time was that on October 27th, the Soviet submarine B-59 had been detected by the U.S. Navy in the waters around Cuba, and a dozen warships began dropping depth charges in an attempt to force it to surface. The submarine had not been in contact with Moscow for several days, and the captain of the submarine believed that a war between the United States and the Soviet Union had already begun. The B-59 was armed with nuclear-tipped torpedoes, and the captain wanted to launch one at the American ships that were depth-charging them. The release of nuclear weapons from the B-59 required unanimous authorization of the three most senior officers on board. In this case, that was the captain, a special detachment commander, and the political officer. Two of the three officers were in agreement to launch the torpedo. The only thing preventing the launch of a nuclear weapon that day was the dissent of Commander Vasily Arkhipov, who would not agree to the launch and convinced the captain to surface the submarine instead. To our knowledge, this is the closest that the world has ever come to a nuclear war. Now, this is almost the final episode in a series of fundraising videos in which the DEFCON warning system is attempting to switch its revenue stream. We'd like to get rid of the ads on our website and rely on donations from our followers instead. The goal is to completely get rid of the ads, as well as increase the reliability and speed of our website during crisis situations. And we would also like to improve our desktop notification app and our Android notification app. Now, if you have $1 or $2 to spare and you would like to make a contribution, please click on the link in the description below for more information. Tomorrow, there will be a summary of the historical significance of the Cuban Missile Crisis and how the DEFCON warning system might have responded to these events had it been in existence at the time. On behalf of the DEFCON warning system, this is Eric Wasson, Deputy Director, and thank you for watching.